What's up guys, welcome back to Brian Reaction once again. So guys, if you're coming across my videos for the first time, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like and share. To my returning subscribers, thank you for always coming back and watching my videos. Thank you so much for the support. So guys, in today's video is all about the Chinese. Now for so many centuries, Chinese have been disturbing my Jamaican people, and it seems they are being supported by the Jamaican government. So the Chinese are so many in Jamaica. They have managed to build so many businesses in Jamaica, and now even my Jamaicans, they don't have anywhere to work. They are only forced to work for these people, and they're giving them very little amount of money. They're paying them badly. So it's time now these people gotta leave Jamaica. So Jamaicans have come out online and they are angry and they are tired. Chinese, must get out of Jamaica because they are controlling Jamaica. They're taking everything from Jamaica, and Jamaican people have nowhere to work. They have nothing to do in Jamaica. That's why you have seen many Jamaicans are now leaving Jamaica and going to find greener pastures elsewhere, because the Chinese have taken everything in Jamaica, and Jamaicans, they have nothing to do in their own soil. This is very sad. So I want you to watch this video of some of the reactions from Jamaicans, and I'll be back with a few comments.
Because we suffer every day. Can you imagine? We have been here for centuries and we're still lagging around. If we do start a business in Jamaica, it's one of the hardest things to start a business. While the Chinaman come from China, come to Jamaica, start a business, none tax for 5 years. And by the time the 5 years come when him to start pay tax, he making cousin and he never and the uncle come and him gone. So and listen, this have been happening for centuries. So this have nothing to do with PNP or JLP. And you know, at the end of the day, none of them no want to fix it, because all of them want us to, the black man.
I don't like the way in which the Jamaican government has allowed the Chinese to come in and take over. I believe they own the major port there. I believe that the Jamaican government has given them lands in exchange for services. I believe they built at least one hospital there, a couple of schools. They had constructed a north-south highway or northwest highway that connects one part of the island to the other, so you don't have to drive all the way around to get there, which was necessary. But from what I read, in exchange for them building the highway, the Jamaican government has allowed them to keep, I believe, nearly all of the toll fees on that highway for a certain amount of years. We're giving up too much to get too little. And what bothers me the most about Jamaica, they are the most Pan-Africanist and the most unapologetic of the Caribbean islands. And so if China can take Jamaica, taking the rest of the Caribbean won't be that difficult.
Fuck see man, them not take on work, Look how much bumbo clad Chinese. Me not see no black man there to work, brother. Look here. Look how much Chinese I work. I don't get fucked.
See, if you come in a wholesale and you can't read, that's alright. Me help you. Right? But you see, if you can't read and you go on like you can read, at them time there you look like fool. Let me give you an example with the things that me have to deal with at the time. One lady come in here and ask me the germs lotion. Germs lotion. And then when me ask her, germs lotion, miss? I don't know, germs lotion, that one there up there, so. I have no problem when people dance, But how you fit dance and have attitude with it? And that me not get. How? That don't make no sense.
Jamaicans aren't only being pushed out of their beaches, but gradually they're being pushed out of business. Check this out.
Chinese mechanics in Jamaica show about 20-30 cars a day like clockwork, while Jamaican mechanics, they carry stuck in the garage sometime for a whole week. But how did the Chinese get here? How did they set up shop so fast right in front of our eyes? Listen, foreigners are coming in, buying land, running businesses, owning Jamaica, and we're becoming visitors in our own land. Just like some places in Africa where people now work for foreigners in their own country. Sooner or later, the Chinese going to control the parts distribution and shut us out.
I already think it's too late for Jamaicans. And the reason why I say that, because back in 2015, Jamaica signed an agreement with China, allowing China to control one of their biggest and most important ports for 30 years. And that's the port of Kingston. So China dictates what goes into Jamaica and what goes out of Jamaica. So I'm pretty sure all these Chinese business owners already have a connection with distributors in China. So they have direct contact with the distributors when it comes to supplies and keeping their stores in stock. So as you gradually see Chinese businesses pop up, you see less Jamaican businesses. So Jamaicans are gradually becoming workers for foreigners. And who allows another country to control your ports, allow what comes in and outside of your country? Like I said, it's already a wrap, at least for 30 years.
So everyone has been asking how the Chinese mechanics got into Jamaica. Well, here are the facts. Did you know that in 2015, Jamaica signed over the Kingston Freeport, our main port, our lifeline to China, who has full control for 30 years? Now they control what comes in and they control what goes out. That's why the Chinese mechanics and other companies move the way they want. No one to answer to. No real checks. No oversight. They run the port, they hold the gate. Why do you think it's after the fact Pika stepped in? Because they don't even know what's going on. But somebody know. Because when it comes to these little things, don't think you can think on the same level you were programmed to think on. You have to change your frequency sometimes. And we're standing on the outside of our own house. We can't even act like we never know. Listen, we will never get out of slavery. Because a nation that can't even control its own port is a nation already conquered, just without the chain.
Something really wrong is going on in Kingston and St. Andrew. There is a set of people that don't care about community building, that don't care about families, that don't care about community, and they only care about making money. If you haven't been to Kingston and St. Andrew in a while, you can't be in a one street and you don't see one apartment building. Now, some of these apartment buildings are well positioned. Some of them make sense, right? The corporate area and all them thing there. But when you spread out a little bit out and you go into the communities them, when you see mom and pop home with them little backyard and thing, and right beside them yard is one tall rotted building that don't make no sense. The people them the upstairs looking at you downstairs hanging your panty on the clothesline. Between you, one big building sandwiched in the middle of two homes, of two family homes. So now imagine me now having a beautiful day today. As me leave me yard, what that me see right beside my gate? What is that me see right beside my gate? One sign that say intention to build apartment units. Now, if you don't know me or if you don't follow me, if you never watch my video them, please go watch them. Me live in the bush. Me live in some hill bush. Me live in the bush. This empty lot is between me and my two neighbors. So this apartment building would be sandwiched between three family homes, that which privacy will be completely destroyed, which there is no road to go up there, so because don't see me take cooking oil go try fix up the road there. Them want carry people go up there in an apartment and the place don't have no road. There's no road go up there. The place far up in the hills. Which apartment gonna keep up there, so right? Now you tell me now, why will you want to disturb? First of all, come in and cut off the wall of the trees them. Deforest the place. The birds didn't know what to do with themselves. And now come in with sign that say I put up apartment building in a tiny, because I want a tiny lot in the middle of the bush, sandwiched in between two family homes. I don't care if people are going to go up this or not. I don't care if it has a good point to sell or not. All I care about is the fact that Uno are destroying Jamaica. Uno are destroying Jamaican communities. Uno are destroying Jamaican communities, because even sometimes when Uno don't get the old dilapidated house to buy and tear down and put Uno dot in thinking apartment mashes boxing at the sky, so all Uno do a scam people with a liquor mashes boxing at the sky. It's not, and I'm not talking about this because it a born me and it affect me now. I have spoken about this plenty of time before, because there's a place for everything. Ambush sandwich between 2 family home, 3 family home is not a place for an apartment building. To all the contractors out there, I'm not saying to stop doing business. I am saying to do consciously, respectfully, with ethic. You don't need to have ethic. There is a place for everything. A community, a neighborhood is not a place for an apartment complex. Uno sick in a uno head. You see the place where I show that where they white bones in a Constant Spring? Uno can put apartment building there, so there's no family home. It's a commercial place. Uno very well uno put an apartment building over there, so you understand what I say? A community, a street where kids play in the street and families jog out there and cows roam around the place. It's not the place for an apartment building. Don't be so greedy. Why you want to be so unethical? And build a skyscraper to sell mashes boxing at the skies, which by the way most likely are going to just sit down there, so because there is a overstock in a town. Me don't know who. If people know I buy it down, yes, on a Kingston 6, Kingston 8, Kingston 10, who is going to go buy apartment in the bush? Just have a little conscience, please. And for those of you who are not contractors, whenever you can, please raise your voice. Please raise your voice, because these buildings, these apartment buildings, are destroying communities, families. They are pricing out families. A family that could have purchased that land to be their family home were priced out by a developer. Thank you so much for watching. Much love.
I have a question for Andrew Holness, Kamina J. Smith, and Dr. R.S. Chang. As a Jamaican, I'm really concerned, and I just want to express myself, and maybe other Jamaicans feel the same way. In Jamaica, we have over 76,000 Chinese living there, whether they are Chinese descendants or recently migrated to Jamaica, right? Boom. Chinese are able to work in our country, have businesses for over 5 years without paying taxes, while Jamaican people or Jamaican new entrepreneurs who starts businesses have to pay taxes off rip. First of all, they can't even get funding to start a business, much less. Now, what the Chinese them do is once you reach 5 years, they just call down another family member and put the business in their name, and the process continues and they don't pay taxes, right? But that's not really why I'm here. I'm here because I realized that even as Jamaicans, we need a visa to go to China. But check this out. Chinese don't need a visa to come to Jamaica. That is unfair. To me, that's all ridiculous. You know how much Jamaicans would love to go to China for whatever reasons, whether short stay, business, or pleasure. Like, there gotta be some type of renegotiation. This is 2025, not 1865. So Andrew Holness, Dr. R.S. Chang, and Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kamina J. Smith, my namesake, please, me I beg you, look into this. Think about it as a politician. Me not have the education I own have, you know. Zane, me I don't know a doctor and them thing. I'm just a regular Jamaican. We have sense and common sense. So, uno tell me the scholars, if that makes sense. Uno really need to do something about that. Do something about all of these countries where can come to our country and all these things and all get all these easy access to things. But Jamaicans have to struggle so much. Enough fear. Do something about that. Me I beg you, please.
Jamaican construction worker. How you stay so? Why we not overcharge the people them? Me come for the laborer them, and who me come for talk to right now, the laborer. $5,000 a day family for one laborer. Talking God truth now. 5 grand a day and you no trade man. And that you put on the price to you a thief. And watch this now no. No for you no thing you come on the site and do. A smoke and drink beer rum. Because in Jamaica, you have a thing. If rum not on the site, you don't want to work on it. But you not pay you $5,000 a day if you drink rum and smoke cushy all day. Nobody now do them thing the family. Because you have to look in on yourself and change up some things while go on a yard. You know mad? $5,000 a day for one laborer. You have to start from 8 to 5. You no reach till almost 9 o'clock. You have to get 1 hour lunch break. And enough of you lunch break go to 2 hours. When you left 5 o'clock in the evening, you start draft at 4 o'clock. And you want $5,000 a day. You know mad. You see, the Chinese them are beat on nobody. Because the Chinese them I take $3,000 a day. Up what the place name again? Here in a crossroad there, so them have a construction company. The Chinese them. $3,000 a day them will take for laborer. And when them come for your work, them not smoke. Them not ask if you no rum. If them come 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock them did a sharp. If them left 5 o'clock, at 5 o'clock. If them take 1 hour lunch break, at 1 hour lunch break them at take. But you no want to charge $5,000 and then you want to take 2 hour lunch break, come late, do one bag of foolishness for the time and expect people to give you $5,000. You have to stop it. The trade man them done a bit too bad already and you come take up that dirty habit there. $5,000 for one laborer, you come sit down and smoke and drink special for your site. Mad or no mad man. The Chinese go and beat on the bad with that $3,000 there where them come with. Who know a flap on yourself? Who know a flap on yourself? A master builder need to drop something to try to help the people them where build. Because enough of them mason and trade man don't want to see people build. Because enough of them can't build. Them bad mind. About $5,000 a day. On the move and go on a thief like.
So welcome back guys, I hope you have watched this full clip. Now Jamaicans, it's hard for Jamaicans themselves to open businesses in their own countries, but when it comes to the Chinese people, they are well supported by the government. They are freely, opening up businesses in Jamaica, even without being licensed. Now, this has caused stir online because Jamaicans are angry, Jamaicans are mad. There's no way you can be supporting foreigners when your own people in your own country are crying. They are lacking jobs. Look at their conditions. Many people are leaving Jamaica, going to, to get greener pastures in these foreign countries. For instance, look at what, Trump did to my Jamaicans. He managed to deport so many of them back home because they were found in the USA without legal documents. Now, why were they in the US without legal documents? It's because in their own country, the PM is not, is not creating jobs for them. The government is doing nothing for them. And now they are forced to leave the beautiful Jamaica and go to these foreign lands to at least get greener pasture. Because now the Chinese have managed to build so many businesses in Jamaica and they are being supported by the government. Let me use the word highly supported by the government. And the government has forgotten about the people of Jamaica because now a Jamaica to build a business in his own land has become very, very difficult. One thing about these Chinese people, the white people, they are always very, very smart. When they find an opportunity, when they just see an opportunity anywhere, in any given country, not just Jamaica, even here in Africa, when they just see an opportunity in any given country, they know how to utilize that. If the government won't intervene, then they know how to utilize when they get opportunities in any given countries. They will call their brothers and sisters, their families, they will take them and come and stay in that country and utilize those resources very, very well. Now, there's a saga that happened here in my country whereby a Chinese decided to beat one of his workers who is a Kenyan from my country. So he beat him. I don't know what that guy did to him, but according to the laws, you all know you are not supposed to, to fight your employees. So this Chinese was deported with immediate effect. He was deported back to his country because there's no way you can be beating your workers. It's not allowed. These are the things that we will wish to see across the world, because sometimes these people, they come, they disrespect us, but the government does nothing. So the Chinese has now controlled all the markets in Jamaica. Jamaicans can only work for them. There's also this video that trended a lot about the Chinese engineers. Now, it reached a point, even the Jamaicans themselves were supporting the Chinese engineers, and the Jamaican engineers, they had no jobs. Now, imagine that situation. Even Jamaicans themselves have refused to support their fellow Jamaicans. You are taking your car to be repaired by a Chinese, and your fellow Jamaican, who is a mechanic, who has gone to school, spent his money to make sure that he masters that art. You leave him at home, without food, without job, and you take your car, your vehicle to the Chinese for repair, and you leave him. It is very, very sad. So it reached a point whereby the government realized that that plant was operating without documents, so it was being shut down. So people were so happy because at least now the Jamaican mechanics were able to get jobs, because Jamaicans were not taking their vehicles to be repaired by their fellow Jamaicans. They had just chosen the Chinese. The Chinese were doing everything for them. And now the government, the people of Jamaica were calling upon the Jamaican mechanics to step up, and use this opportunity. Now that the Chinese of that plant were taken out, the Jamaicans were urging their mechanic to step up, and use this opportunity wisely. Prove to Jamaicans that they can do better. Okay, we all know that these people, they are experts in everything. Chinese are experts in everything. They can build everything. The roads, they control everything. The roads, the vehicles, they can build everything. And that's why many countries are using them, especially in road construction and building houses. Many countries are using the Chinese in doing that. But now, what about our own people? That is the question. The government should not be supporting foreigners and forgetting us. We are the ones who own this country. We were born here and raised here. So the first thing the government should do, okay, we're not disagreeing with the government not supporting them. Obviously, if they will do something productive in your country, if they will respect us, if they will know that we are the owners of the soil and work with us perfectly, even if they will give us jobs and pay us well, it's very okay. But that extent whereby they pay us badly, to an extent that the workers strike. There's a video whereby the Jamaican workers went on a strike. They were tired, and they were sending a message to the government that Chinese should just leave Jamaica. Now, these people were giving them very little amount of money. They were working for so many hours. They had no time for their families. So every day you are just working. And now with the condition of our countries, when you get a job, you just have, to give it all, because if you lose it, you are done. There are no business, there are no job opportunities in most of our countries. So when you get any given job, you just have to utilize it, or else you are done. So now they were forced, to just work for them, being paid badly, working for so many hours. That was very disappointing. These are, those moments that we think that, the government has forgotten about its people. Chinese are controlling Jamaica badly. And you have heard the story of that guy that in future, if Jamaica won't wake up, the Chinese will take Jamaica. If they're not keen enough, if they continue supporting Chinese the way they are doing, if they continue to give them lands freely to support their businesses without being licensed, then at some point the Chinese will be so many in Jamaica that they will overpower Jamaica and all the Caribbean. Because as I have told you, when these people find an opportunity, utilizing opportunities, these people are the best. They are the best. And with their knowledge of everything, when they find an opportunity, they won't let that go. So this goes, to our leaders, they should know that we are the owners of the soil. We took them to office. One thing about this whole situation is that we vote for our leaders. And the reason why we vote for our leader is that they can at least go up there and make sure that, we are well taken care of. They should provide us they should provide us with jobs. They should make sure that the country is running wisely according to, to the will of the people. But when they go there and start supporting foreigners like Chinese side, that is, that is very, very sad. That is very disappointing. So at some point, Jamaicans, they're tired. They just want these people out of their country because they have nowhere to work. I remember the black people in the USA, they talked to their president, that is Donald Trump. They told him that black people have taken everything in this country. We have nowhere to work. Now, they sent this message to their president. Did you see what Trump did? When Trump joined office, the first thing that he did was deportation. He realized that everyone is coming to USA and some of them, they are undocumented. So the first thing that he did everything according to the will of the people. They were complaining that the black people, they have come so many in their country, they are taking all their jobs. So the first thing that he did was deportation, and he has been deporting so many people. So many people are leaving that country. If you are undocumented, you are leaving USA, whether you like it or not. ICE agents are moving around making sure that everyone leaves. Everyone that is undocumented leaves. So these are at least some of the ways, we can know our leaders are supporting us and our leaders are taking care of us. So thank you for watching this video, guys. Until my next video, one love.